Neely Fuller Jr., known for his work on white supremacy and the global system of racism, has a structured, principle-based approach to evaluating people and events through the lens of his concept of a code of thought, speech, and action. Since Neely Fuller Jr. has not publicly commented on Ibrahim Traore, the transitional president of Burkina Faso, we can only speculate on what he might think based on his established worldview. Here's how Fuller might approach Ibrahim Traore based on his ideology. 1. Evaluation through the lens of counter-racism. Fuller would likely assess Traore by asking, is what Traore doing helping to replace the system of white supremacy with justice? Are his actions producing justice, guaranteeing no one is mistreated, and those who need help the most get the most constructive help? If Traore's leadership is viewed as resisting neocolonial or white supremacist control, example, pushing back against French influence in Burkina Faso, Fuller might cautiously view it as constructive, but only if it helps build a system of justice. 2. Caution against symbolism. Fuller warns against being impressed by titles, charisma, or symbolic gestures. He might say something like, don't focus on who the person is, focus on what the person does, and whether it results in constructive outcomes. So even if Traore is seen as a revolutionary or Pan-African leader by some, Fuller would ask, what are the practical, measurable, constructive results for the people? 3. Avoiding hero worship. Fuller often stresses that no one person is a leader in solving the race problem. Every non-white person must think and act codified. He might see putting too much hope in a single figure like Traore as potentially dangerous if it leads to emotional decisions rather than logic-based action. 4. Geopolitical independence. If Traore is truly working to make Burkina Faso independent of oppressive global systems, Fuller might see that as a possible example of counter-racist logic. If it helps non-white people become less subject to white supremacy and more capable of self-determination under justice. Neely Fuller Jr. would likely withhold judgment until he has evidence of constructive, justice-producing outcomes. Ask whether Traore's leadership weakens or strengthens the system of white supremacy. Encourage people not to get emotionally attached to any leader, but to use logic, ask questions, and act in ways that replace white supremacy with justice. Here's a hypothetical Neely Fuller Jr. style breakdown of Ibrahim Traore, using the structure and tone Fuller is known for. What should be the goal? Replace white supremacy with justice. Neely Fuller Jr. Hypothetical analysis in Fuller's code language. Question: what is Mr. Ibrahim Traore doing? Answer: he is a non-white person in a position of political influence, in a place dominated by global systems that may be controlled by white supremacy. Therefore, the correct question is he helping to replace white supremacy with justice? Are his actions constructive? Are people less confused about racism as a result of what he's doing? On symbolism versus substance. Do not be fooled by military uniforms, speeches, or flags. That's all show. The white supremacists can put anyone in a position. The question is, what is the result? What is the evidence? On leadership, no one person will lead non-white people to freedom. Each individual non-white person must think, speak, and act in a way that produces justice. Don't worship people. Worship logic. If what Ibrahim Traore is doing is helping to eliminate the mistreatment of people and ensuring that those who need help the most get the most constructive help, then fine. If not, then it's just more confusion.